I, 26M, grew up in a family where money was always tight. My parents did their best, but there was never enough for big things like vacations, new phones, or fancy clothes. Because of that, college was always this huge, scary goal in our house. When I was 16, my grandparents passed away and left me a small college fund. It wasn't a crazy amount of money, but it was enough to cover a good chunk of tuition if I went to a local university. My parents told me this money was for my future and to treat it seriously. My older sister, Emily, now 29F, had always been the golden child. She was popular, outgoing, and got more attention from everyone. I was the quiet one who stayed in his room, studied, and worked part-time jobs. When Emily was 20, she dropped out of college. She said she needed to find herself. My parents were disappointed, but they didn't push her. Instead, they let her move back home. Around that time, she started hanging out with people who were clearly bad influences, always partying, always broke, always asking for favors. One night, Emily came to me crying. She said she was in trouble. She owed someone money and was scared. I was 18 and naive, so I told my parents. Instead of helping her responsibly, they decided to, temporarily, use my college fund to help her out. They promised to pay it back before I graduated high school. They never did. By the time I was ready for college, most of the money was gone. My parents said they couldn't replace it because of financial stress. Emily avoided the topic completely. She never apologized. She acted like it wasn't a big deal and said, "You can always take out loans like everyone else." So I did. I worked 2 part-time jobs, took student loans, and lived with roommates in a tiny apartment. I barely slept. There were nights I skipped meals just to save money. Meanwhile, Emily bounced between jobs, traveled with friends, and posted carefree pictures online. Fast forward to now. I've graduated, I'm paying off loans, and I finally have a stable job. I don't make crazy money, but I'm okay. Emily, on the other hand, is now a single mom with a 2-year-old. The father is out of the picture. She moved back in with my parents and is struggling. Last month, she called me crying again. She said she was about to get evicted from her apartment before moving back home and asked if I could lend her money to help with a deposit for a new place. She promised this time would be different. She said she'd pay me back. Something in me just snapped. I told her no. I reminded her about the college fund. I reminded her how I struggled while she acted like my future didn't matter. She got quiet and then angry. She said I was cruel for bringing up old stuff and that her child is suffering because of my grudge. My parents called me later and said I was being heartless. They said family helps family and that I'm in a better position now, so I should help my sister move forward. They also said I should be more understanding because Emily was young and made mistakes. Now half my family thinks I'm selfish and punishing her forever. The other half thinks I'm finally standing up for myself. I do feel bad for my niece. She didn't do anything wrong. But I also feel like if I say yes now, I'm telling everyone that what they did to me didn't matter. So, AITA for refusing to help my sister after she took my college fund and never even said, "Sorry?"